All right, guys, I already know the deal. Most of y'all are here from my iPad video where I talked about how my iPad is the most impactful device I've had in my 20s. In that video, I talked about how I've been adulting and navigating my adulthood in New York City and how this device has reflected a maturation in how I use tech. But with everything, things change. And the biggest change, actually, is this bad boy right here. This is my M3 Max 16-inch maxed out MacBook Pro. All right, guys, so before we get to the good stuff, which is like my setup, my apps, you know, how I'm using this and how this integrates within my lifestyle, let me take y'all down the story because these MacBooks are mad expensive. And obviously, y'all know I'm a filmmaker, I'm a video creator, I'm an editor. I shoot all my stuff, I edit all my stuff. So I needed to pick the right MacBook because this is gonna be the thing that I use for years. So let me detail this for y'all.
There's something strange in the water at Lost River.
First, I'm trying to figure out which MacBook should I get, M1, M2, or M3? And of those things, do I get the M1 Pro, M2 Pro, M3 Pro, or get the Max chip? We already know the Max chip is mad bread, but I'm thinking to myself, yo D, you know, you never know what kind of projects you work on, so like just get the best spec'd out version you can. But then also, you know, we ain't balling for real. We on a budget. So like, maybe you should save a little cheddar, right? I go to the Apple store mad times. I'm trying to figure out, do I get the 14-inch or the 16-inch? Yeah, I know I live in New York City. My crib ain't that big. I don't got a desk nowhere. I don't got a monitor. So you know what? I'm going with the 16-inch. So once I got my specs, I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go with the Max. So I'm looking at the prices because ultimately, this is what my decision comes down to, the bread, the money. So I'm like, all right, if I do the M3 Max with a 14-core CPU, 30-core GPU, 36 gigabytes of memory, and a terabyte of storage, that brings me to 3,800. I'm like, that's a little steep. But I'm like, you know what? I'm set on it, right? I get the bread to buy my MacBook, but I don't buy it yet because I'm still back and forth with the specs. I'm like, but what if I need the maxed out chip? And then it hit me. Check Apple refurbished. They have the total maxed out M3 chip. Again, 40-core GPU, 16-core CPU, 48 gigabytes of RAM for $3,700 compared to the lower version of the M3 Max with less RAM for 38, saving $100-some. And that's how we get here.
Love, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets done taught me, moving too bossy,
Okay, so the first thing that I had set up in here was I went to the settings, and the first thing was definitely the trackpad. I don't know why out the box default, Apple for some reason doesn't allow you to right click. So under secondary click here, I put click in bottom of right corner, which is the right click basically. The second thing I did was go to my desktop and then click use stacks. This was actually really helpful when it comes to organizing your desktop. So right now I have it clicked off. And when it's clicked off, when you save things to your desktop, when you drag things to your desktop, like it's just like kind of everywhere and it can have it looking pretty cluttered. But when you put use stacks, it just automatically puts things in order. So if I go online and let's say I save a picture, so save, it's a stack. So now all my images are stacked here and it's kind of like a mini folder, my dock. So the dock obviously is right here, and obviously I put my most used apps. So I have Finder, the Launchpad, the App Store, Messages, FaceTime, Gmail, yada, 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 Spotify, whatever. But when I had the dock, it automatically comes like kind of just stationary there. And even though this is a big display, when I'm editing, for example, let's open my editing software, so DaVinci. Okay, open up an Untitled project. And as you can see, like, just the dock is in the way. It is just in the way, and it's just easier to have it kind of show and hide when you need it. Hide and show the dock, boom, and now it's no longer in the way for real. So it's just more screen real estate, and when I need it, I just go down. When I don't need it no more, I just go back up. Perfect.
And I hate the fact that they're right.
So my widgets, y'all already know I'm trying to get right with God, so I have like the verse of the day here, and I do feel like, you know, popping in and out of here, just seeing like a verse, whatever it may be every day, is kind of helpful in staying grounded. In the word, they talk about like not making idols out of the things that you do, so that an idol can be work, things that kind of take your attention away from God. And I do feel like having a verse of the day does help refocus my attention on God when I'm busy editing or looking at my schedule, for example, or the things that I need to do. So I have the verse of the day on my desktop. I also have, you know, the day of the week and also my calendar. So I got my calendar easily accessible here. I have my reminders here as well. And I have a smaller calendar here because this bigger calendar, it shows me like what's on my calendar, but it doesn't necessarily show me the days of the week, which is helpful when I'm planning things or I'm getting back to sponsors or other people about when videos are coming out and this and that. So it's just helpful to have a mini calendar here. I have like my battery indications for all of my devices, and I have the news here and the news here as well. So that's pretty much my desktop, and it's so easy to add a widget. You just right click and put edit widgets, and a whole widget screen comes up. Yeah. So that's my setup. Those are my apps. Right now I'm working from home, so I got some other things to do. So I'm gonna go to a nice little coffee shop, gonna catch a vibe, and we're gonna talk more about, you know, this two integration. So yeah.
Wonder, 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 wonder.
All right, guys. I'm trying to make this quick because I'm losing daylight. So, like I said, a lot of y'all came here from my iPad video, and even right now I'm using my iPad as my monitor right now to film this so I could compose myself. But I've been using both in tandem. So I've always edited on a MacBook. I'm not doing any editing on an iPad, just not doing it. So I've always did all my editing on a MacBook. And I've used my iPad to finalize thumbnails, do more like picture-oriented stuff, as well as more admin stuff like my emails, etc. But now that I have both of these in tandem, I do like the connectivity. Like, you can use this iPad as a dual monitor, so I can have a dual monitor setup in a way. And the cursor kind of like, you know, moves over to the other side. I can like drag and drop things, and it is just overall improve the efficiency of my workflow, and I love it. Luckily, I'm in a position where I'm blessed enough to be able to have both, and they're both serving me really well, like really, really well. Given that this is the 16-inch, this thing is heavy. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think it's around like 5 pounds, and you definitely feel it. So my iPad is more portable, so when I wanna travel light and I'm just going to a coffee shop and I just need to like kind of organize things, video ideas, more admin stuff, I'm leaving the MacBook at home, taking the iPad with me because it's just more portable. I did take this thing with me on a flight. It is way too big to have on a flight. It was cramped. I'm already a big dude, so it was just cramped. I had no room for real to really do anything. But I had a horror story, y'all. I had a horror story. I'm gonna show y'all some of my accessories that I use. I have like these little like things that plug up the ports. Basically, I'm on a flight and I had a dude next to me, he had water. Something in my head told me, yo, David, put your laptop away. Dude spilled his water while I was editing on my laptop. Water got in the ports, water got on my SSD, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I saw red. So ever since then, I've gotten like these little plugs to plug up the ports because my SD card did end up getting corrupted, and I did end up losing some files. I was able to recover some files, but I lost stuff. So yeah, I lost some stuff, And I do think these little plugs for dust and water will be really helpful just in general for preserving the life of my MacBook and also yours if y'all interested, because these machines are very expensive. These are investments. Same thing with the iPad, an investment, and anything to protect your investment, important. So it's getting dark here. I'm gonna start wrapping up, and I want to tell you more about my MacBook accessories because I have a lot of accessories that's helped me like really optimize my MacBook and be more productive. But I do want to talk about the sponsor of this video, CASETiFY.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence.
So I've been using CASETiFY to power through my days, from off the wake up to the gym, staying locked in, and even through the accidental phone drops. Being a creative entrepreneur means that I have a lot of devices, and I can power through my days knowing that those devices are protected and powered. The 2-in-1 charging stand is mad versatile. The phone cases secure my device, and you can customize literally everything. Shout out to CASETiFY for sponsoring this video and helping me power through my days.
Fuck with me, started moving different, it was suddenly.
Click the link in the description of the video and check them out. Once again, thank you to CASETiFY for sponsoring this video.
You should hit my phone and say you need me back. When I check the message, you don't even call. This don't feel like love, so did you even fall?
Hell. Whoa. I said the best days, they could be the worst.
All right, guys. So, I ain't gonna lie, it's been a long week. It's been a very long week. And I can't lie, I've been very happy with this MacBook, man. Very, very happy. Again, I was using the M1 MacBook Pro as a loaner, and it's just so much faster compared to that. But I've been just very happy with my MacBook. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but I had made a schedule, a new May routine using my MacBook. It was easier to do that than compared to like my iPad. But like the machine is only part of it. Like, you know how they say like someone who's like, this might be a little corny, but somebody who's a master could like throw a pebble compared to somebody who's a novice using a sword and still win. So with that being said, like obviously I got this M3 Max MacBook Pro to assist me in creating more videos and like being more organized and like being my productivity machine. But I need this schedule that I created to help refine my consistency. My MacBook is only gonna be as efficient as I am. You feel what I'm saying? So I felt myself like kind of getting lost in my schedule and like feeling tired and just feeling stressed because I wasn't doing a great job of staying on track and being on schedule. So granted, that's calendar, and I could have made my calendar using any machine, but I did it on my Mac, and I'm really about to put this baby to good use. I'm about to turn it out.
Mine get clearer when I just be so low.
Since I'm talking about organizing my life and organization, I use Gmail, right? That's my primary email platform. And I've been getting so many emails. Again, gratefully, thankfully, my channel's in a place where I'm getting a lot of like brand interest and people want to sponsor me and contracts coming through and this and that. So for a while, before I got organized, like it would take me a little minute to get back to emails. I would kind of open them and then kind of forget about them. And then when I'm skimming through emails, you know, I already opened it, so it's harder to find things. So what I did was create labels.
It ain't 12:31 in different time zones. I never seen the sun come up.
And it's just so much easier to like label things. So when I have to come back to something, I know what category it falls in. I have my collaborations kind of broken down into certain things. So I have like gifted collaboration, a label for that. I have a sponsorship tab, and under that I have sub tabs or sub labels. So if this is like a commission partnership, if it's a sponsor I may be thinking about, I'll label it as that. If it's a sponsor, I'll label it as that. As a creative entrepreneur, being creative, of course, is one side of it, which is like probably the side that gets the most attention, because obviously, you know, you're filming, camera stuff, editing, whatever. But the entrepreneurial part is just as important, and correspondence and email is that side of it. Like, you have to be organized doing this, and I'm not perfect at it. I will sometimes go days without getting back to a sponsor or like doing this and that. But doing this has helped me kind of decrease my lag time and my accountability on like getting back to things, just because like having things color coded, I don't know, it just does something. So with my calendar and having my Gmail kind of labeled out and color coded, this has helped me a lot in terms of being organized. This whole thing is organization. My iPad already did a great job of doing that, but again, having a laptop, a desktop, just helps double down with that so much.
I'm so tired of the same old people acting like they love me, but their hearts are filled with evil. I know. Saying they my bad.
Another thing I organize are my tabs. So like, again, creative entrepreneur, but I also be, you know, having my leisure time, my entertainment time. So in Safari, and you could do this in Chrome as well, but since I primarily use Safari, you can bookmark things and then create folders for those things. So my frequently visited sites, specifically for creating, I have a bookmark folder for that. So I have Canva in there, Shot Deck, Notion, MP3 converter, Epidemic Sound in there. So it's just, I don't gotta type out the website or do whatever, it's all in a folder. But I think when it comes to organization, that's about all I got for right now. Because they say like creatives are more like sporadic and less organized and this and that, and that's very true. Like, most creatives aren't organized. Most creatives don't have like filing systems and this and that, and it's just like kind of going off a whim and doing this and that. But as your responsibilities increase as a creative, you gotta be organized. You gotta have things, you gotta have a system in place so you can get the things that's non-creative done. And again, like, I just struggled so much in my transition from just a creative to merging this entrepreneurial thing. And I'm kind of just bringing y'all along for the journey as I buy new tech that assists me in building this brand, like my MacBook. You guys are just along for the ride, and hopefully like y'all are gaining like little tips, or like these videos are helpful for real, because I know I'm not the only one hustling and grinding and chasing the dream, like we all doing it. So I'm just hoping that through sharing my experiences, through my hustle, through showcasing my lifestyle and like what I got going on. Yo, it's so windy out here, it's like blowing things in my eye. But I'm just hoping that y'all gaining something from these videos for real. For those of you that are new, my name is D Dames, and I make videos about tech and lifestyle, chronicling my adulting journey in New York City while chasing my dreams, working a 9-to-5, and building my personal brand and integrating tech within my lifestyle that helps me achieve my goals. So if you think that sounds interesting, subscribe to this channel, and we got more heat coming. So yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of this day, because it is a beautiful day in New York right now, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.
Look, why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? I need a meal like you. I need some bitches, some friends, and some jewelry. I'm trying to get like you. Sign me a deal like you. Foreign my whip like you. Give me a gun and pop me a nigga. I'm trying to be lit like you. Comparison is a thief of joy, but what I'm supposed to do, I'm unemployed. Been dropping songs, ain't been making noise, trying to get like you and hope it fill a void. Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue?